President Biden will visit the Gulf Coast today to survey the damage from Ida, and it comes at a delicate time for the president. He faces multiple crises at home and abroad, ranging from the storm's devastation to the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our senior White House correspondent, Weijia Jiang, joins us now. Weijia, good morning to you. You are sitting in on Face the Nation this weekend, and there is a lot going on. Let's talk about the climate crisis, as the president calls it. How will these storms and the wildfires affect his push for action on climate and also infrastructure, which could be used to address these flooding issues?
Well, good morning, Tony, and good morning to everybody. We do have a packed show because everything that happened this week, especially what we just saw, is something that the president wants to really focus on. He says what we are seeing play out on both coasts, the east and the west, with the hurricane and the wildfires, is just another call to action for lawmakers as he is trying to push them to pass those twin infrastructure proposals that really weave in infrastructure for the country, as well as climate proposals that could help combat future disasters like this. And so he says that they need to act right now. Of course, bad timing for the president, because just yesterday, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin said that there should be a strategic pause on that Democratic reconciliation bill, which really has all the major components of the president's climate goals there. So the president does face challenge there, but he says, just look at what's happening for any case to move forward with these legislations.
Yeah, out of Texas this week, we saw a novel law effectively banning abortion in that state for many women, severely restricting it at the very least, and there's likely to be copycat bills and laws in other states. That's moved the issue to the White House. What is President Biden saying about it?
So, Tony, the White House is saying that is exactly why there's so much urgency to do something to deal with the immediate impact of that law. And so the president yesterday announced that he has called on several agencies to work with White House lawyers, in addition to his Gender Policy Council, to try to answer what they can do, not only when it comes to providing care for women who are looking for it, but also any legal tools. So we are going to be talking to Congresswoman Veronica Escobar, who represents many of those women in Texas, about what she wants the federal government to do and how realistic it is to do anything, given the fact that, Congress really has the power here to take long-term action. But we want to know what she's hearing from her constituents and from healthcare providers who are trying to deal with this fallout because it just happened.
Weijia, the president last night made a surprise trip to Walter Reed. I'm wondering how that went, since he's been hammered recently for the way that he handled the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Well, Gayle, the president has often portrayed himself as the consoler-in-chief and as someone who can really connect with these families. And, I think that he has stressed, not only directly to them, but certainly publicly, how much he can understand what they're going through, having lost an adult son of his own. But he has a lot more to deal with on the Afghanistan front, because, of course, there are still Americans who remain in Afghanistan who are trying to leave, as well as those Afghan allies. So, he has a long road ahead of answering questions. And I think the big question that Americans have right now, especially with the 20th anniversary of 9/11 coming up, is whether we are safer now than before. So we'll be talking to Sue Gordon, who has more than 40 years experience in the intelligence community, to try to answer that. And Gayle, I think, to your question about the troops, one person who has more experience here at CBS News than anybody is our David Martin, and he will be opening his reporter's notebook to reflect about how this war and how the exit has impacted the country.
All right,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a very busy news week, and it'll be a very busy news weekend. Weijia Jiang, thank you very much. She will be sitting in for Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation this weekend, and Weijia will talk with Texas Democratic Congresswoman Veronica Escobar about her state's controversial new abortion law. And also joining her will be New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy to talk about the devastating Northeast flooding, as well as Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Good luck to Weijia. Is Weijia still there? Because I think, isn't this her first time?
It is.
It's her
Anchor
first.
space?
It is.
Weijia's gone.
She's gone.
Weijia?
She's busy. Yeah. What's going on?
Weijia's very busy.
Very
We'll
busy.
be watching.
I watch every Sunday. Looking forward to that. Weijia, we just wanted to say, Weijia, we're cheering you on Sunday because isn't this your first face?
It is my first face, and we are thrilled to welcome Margaret back from maternity leave next week. But this is a treat to be able to do this and talk to our panel because it is a packed panel. And of course, for me, Labor Day weekend meant one thing when I was growing up. It meant back to school. And I know as a parent myself, I still have so many questions, as all parents do, about what that means for our kids. So Dr. Fauci will be able to really talk about the data that's coming out today with regard to children and cases and hospitalizations, and talk about potential new variants that might be spreading. So, Gayle, we do have a packed show, and thank you very much for the watch.
No, listen, I'm a big Weijia Jiang fan. You know that. Yeah, we all are. We all are. And in the words of Tiffany Haddish, she ready. We'll be watching you on Sunday. We'll be watching you on Sunday, cheering you on.